Fellow collectors, welcome back to the channel. I'm John, the Everyday Collector, and it's another Thursday. You know what that means? We are celebrating another collection. This week, we have a fellow collector that is local to me, and I was actually able and lucky enough to see his collection in person. Please put your hands together and welcome Stevie, aka Comic Statues Unleashed on YouTube. Stevie, take it away, buddy.
Hey everyone, my name is Stevie, and I run Comic Statues Unleashed, where we dive deep into the world of large-scale comic-based statues, whether it's unboxings, reviews, or just celebrating the art and craftsmanship behind these incredible pieces. But today, I'm not on my channel. I've been given this awesome opportunity to showcase my collection right here on the Everyday Collector. First off, a massive thank you to Jonathan and the entire Everyday Collector community for the invitation. This channel does a phenomenal job bringing collectors together, sharing passion, insights, and some killer showcases. So I'm truly honored to be here. Now, my collection is pretty big, so to keep things moving, I'll only be showing each piece for a few seconds. But don't worry, there's still plenty to see. So buckle up because we've got some jaw-dropping pieces to check out.
To the Batcave.
As we begin, we're just heading into my basement here. My entire collection is housed in my basement. Upon entry here, I just have the entranceway completely decorated with posters, prints, and a lot of CGC comics I've had. None of them have any huge intrinsic value. They're all just comics I've had since I was a kid. I've purchased myself. They all have sentimental value, or they match statues I currently have. Or I simply just like the picture and use it as artwork. Over here, we have some CGC style certificate of authenticities for custom pieces. I got into this about a year and a half ago, really took off. I have a guy who does it for me. Just whenever I find comics, I just really like the way it looks decorating the walls like this. And it wraps around both sides. Over here, I have a little custom Thanos portrait of my puppy. And some other prints. I've picked these up everywhere. Comic Cons, Walmart, or I've had them custom printed myself with Vistaprint. I use them a lot. More of the comics. Sorry about the glare. These are super hard to picture with light reflecting off them so well. As I mentioned, a lot of them are older. That Spider-Man right there I purchased myself in 1993 or 94. Some of the older G.I. Joe ones there are from the early 80s. Just great pictures. Really, really enjoy the way they dress up the area. No specific rhyme or reason, but it seems to be Spawn, Batman, really lend themselves nicely to artwork, cover art. Again, just some more art prints along the wall here. I picked them up from anywhere. As we make our way down to the basement, we see my collection is separated into the larger scale side and the quarter scale side. This is just a quick lapse of the larger scale side. I wanted to show how I mainly keep it with the ambient lighting going on. I don't have the main lights on. This is the way I like to keep it when I'm down there relaxing. Just nice background lighting. They can all change colors. I can control them any way I want. Just a quick once over so you see the entire setup as it is most of the time. Wrapping back around now to the start, we got the lights fully on, everything lit up, so we can begin the tour. I won't spend a great deal of time on each piece, just a couple seconds, not going to go into any backstory or history. And wherever possible, I'll put the name of the piece as well as the manufacturer beside it. Really great pieces here, some larger Hulk. Below that, I just carried on to an entire Hulk shelf with some of my favorite pieces of him. Directly beside that, we have the Venom 1-to-1 life-size bust. Really digging this piece. And just below that, I have a custom Venomized portrait for the XM Thanos. It comes as well with a Venomized gauntlet and blade. Moving on from there, I'll just draw your attention to my custom cabinets that I built here. They're all trimmed out by myself. There's garage shelves. Each one can hold over 1,000 pounds. And I just put a porcelain slab atop each one, top and bottom. Dress it up a little bit. As we come to the first statue on there, we have the Prime 1 Devastator 1/3, a recent piece I got, and I absolutely love this monster. Just massive, massive piece from the death metal line. And as you'll see, there's a common theme with the death metal line. Here we have the death metal Batman with all the portraits and just one of the most epic bases I've ever seen, covered in zombies and demons. Really, really outstanding piece. It's clearly one of my favorite pieces. Just the level of detail and all the individual unique zombies and skulls everywhere throughout it. Incredible. In addition to that, this piece came with multiple portraits, so I actually cloned all of the bust stands for each one. Really added to it. Moving down to the lower level, we come to some smaller pieces. First up, we have a custom Iron Spider quarter scale. Directly beside him, we have the Black Suit Spider-Man quarter scale. Great looking piece. And beside that, we have the Daniel Bell quarter scale Carnage. Moving along, we come to the Prime 1 Reverse Red Death. Another death metal piece where Batman's fused with the Flash and kills him. Incredible, incredible piece here. Super detailed. No one gives any love to this at all. Wonderful piece. Directly beside that, I have another custom stand that I produced. I just painted it differently to match the portrait for Reverse Red Death. So those go together well. Really digging it. Moving back up to the top shelf, we have one of the most epic pieces in my entire collection. It is the Superman vs. Doomsday 1/3 scale by Prime 1 Studios. Absolutely love this one. This is the deluxe with all of the Superman portraits. They're there in the back, as well as the chest emblem. Just a monster piece. Super detailed from every angle. Huge as well. Can't get over the size and girth of this monster. Everyone is drawn to this piece when they first see it. It looks just incredible and really overpowers everything. Directly beside that, I have a fun little piece. It's the 1/6 Tweeter Head Crypto. Super cool interpretation of the Superman's pup. Progressing onward, we have this monster diorama, the Batman vs. Joker Dragon 1/3. Again, another dark metal piece. The armor on this, everything about this is just incredible. The intricate details along the armor there. Look at the gold emblems embellished all around him. The fur, the weaponry, but the dragon himself, the Jokerized dragon, just really steals this piece. The portrait on him is just incredible. The colors, he really pops. Along that, the absolute monstrous size of this dragon. I have pictures on my site of me holding him. He's just phenomenal. But not to be outdone, we have the gargantuan Justice Buster here. This is actually a quarter scale from Prime 1 Studios. Incredibly large, very heavy. I think it's about 150 pounds if I'm not mistaken. The base, super detailed, adorned with all the trophies from the Fallen Justice League. Monster piece. Great swap outs, light up feature as well. As we move to the lower shelf, we have a little display here of some Spider villains, Sinister Six with the matching CGCs beside them. Quarter scale, of course. Starting off, we have an older piece, the Rhino quarter scale from Sideshow. Beside him, we have two XM pieces, the Vulture and Sandman. Incredible pieces, both very heavy.
Moving along, we have some art prints just decorating the walls. Coming down to the Prime 1 Grim Knight 1/3 scale. Great looking piece, very detailed. Right in front of him, we have a full 1/3 scale Batman Who Laughs bust on the base, as well as another custom stand there I made for him as well, for his. Coming around to a recent acquisition, I just got this piece a couple days ago, but I've been looking for him for years. Batman Who Laughs 3rd scale. Again, dark metal line. Keeping in theme with it. Really digging it. Followed up by the final dark metal piece I have right now. More en route, but the Drowned 1/3 scale by Prime 1, of course. These pieces are just incredible. Really went all in on this line, and super happy I did. Can't wait to get the other pieces that are en route as well. Sure enough, I am slowly but surely making my way through the entire dark metal line and impressed by the progress. Yet I can't help but feel something is still a little missing.
Damn, bro, you must get bitches.
Still no bitches.
What? Coming around to the final 3 pieces I have in this room, my original 3 that started all of this. Here's the piece that started me on this bad path, the 1/3 Superman Hush Black Suit Edition. Incredible piece. I started with him and it just kind of snowballed, got out of hand at that point, and we're at where we are now. Following suit, I have next to him one of my only movie-inspired pieces in the entire collection. This is the massive 1/3 Prime 1 Dark Side. Phenomenal piece to say the least. Great armor. Wrapping up this section of the room, I have my final piece, the Batman Hush 1/3 Bat Cave Edition. Phenomenal piece, lots of portraits, great busts. Just a really cool interpretation of a classic comic cover of Batman. Very appropriate for him. And just coming around back to the original portion. As we come around to the quarter scale section of my collection, I'll just do a quick tour like I did at the beginning with the mood ambient lighting mode on. This is mainly how I stay in this room. I usually do my cardio in here, relax, stretching, exercises. Just like to keep it low light level with these lights on. Quick little tour. Broken up into sections. I've got the Justice League on one side, Marvel, the Batman section, and X-Men section as well. I think in this entire side, there's only 1/3 scale piece. Oh no, there's actually 2 1/3 scale pieces on this side. Just coming around. Coming back around, we'll go into the full light level mode and give a quick once over the room and begin the tour on that side. Just coming up here, we have some more CGCs on the wall. I have them scattered throughout the entire display area. Coming into the room, I have all the light ups activated, as well as some more Batman CGC specific comics along the wall there, matching certain pieces here. Just a full display of the Rogues Gallery. Coming in on Joker himself. And coming in, we have here the most recent Daniel Bell Joker premium format, quarter scale. Directly beside that, we have the infamous Mr. Freeze and Nora behind him. Moving on, we have the Batman Who Laughs in quarter scale. This is a great looking piece, lots of swap outs and a secondary custom portrait. Very nice, very detailed with the portraits in the base as well. Alongside that, we have the new Poison Ivy from Sideshow Collectibles. Great sculpt, very tall piece here. Coming up to this gigantic Batman Dark Knight. Awesome piece, great light up, the lightning bolt looks incredible. Very pleased with this piece, very large, very thick piece. Beside him, we have the newest edition Daniel Bell Bane quarter scale with 2 portraits. And then we have the 3rd scale piece, believe it or not, a smaller 3rd scale, Iron Studios Harley Quinn. Looks great with the dogs there. Bruce, I believe his name is. Moving in on the new Batgirl premium format from Daniel Bell. Phenomenal piece with Clayface at the bottom. Along with another incredible piece here. It's the Eternal Enemies Joker vs. Batman diorama. Mine came luckily with very, very minimal damage and everything was repaired. Super happy with this piece. Very, very nice. And just finishing off the table here with the Penguin quarter scale premium format. Great piece. I have them propped up here, as well as a light underneath them to really illustrate the see-through base. Looks great. Coming up to the lower level, we have the OG Batgirl still holding her own, and Catwoman. And over here, we just have Robin and a different style of Poison Ivy. Coming to an end of the shelf with the Scarecrow premium format and the zombified Robin. Love this piece very much. And just making our way back around to the other side of the room, I'll do a quick little zoom out so you can get a good glimpse of the entire room, pan back. Coming up to the Marvel section here on this side of the room. Again, all quarter scales to this side. Starting off with the XM Beta Ray Bill. Fantastic piece, very large, heavy piece. Love the base. I have him double fisting both Stormbreakers just because he came with two different options. Following up with the other Asgardian hero, Thor, Breaker of Brimstone. Great base. Next to that, we have the XM Thanos and Lady Death dynamic duel setup, quarter scale. Both pieces are incredibly detailed and they key together nicely if you wanted to. Just below that, we have the Iron Studios Hulkbuster, 1/10, believe it or not, but it's a massive piece. In this shelf, I just have some auxiliary pieces and some custom Thanos portrait stands I had made up. Moving back up, we'll just go ahead and get some glorious shots of the infamous Lady Death here. Looks incredible. We'll go ahead and get some close-ups of Thanos as well. Also, I have a custom shield I placed there. Attached to him, I have a custom hand and saber made up from Night Monkey Toys. Pairing alongside him, I have the OG Thanos on Throne maquette. Great piece here. I currently have him set up with the Venomized Gauntlet and Portrait from Night Monkey Toys again. Much like the XM piece, this one I have a saber as well. Next to him, we have Iron Man in all his lit up glory. Incredible light up feature here. As well as an older Spider-Man piece here, but I particularly like this one. The action sequence really pops out. With Captain America next to him and a custom Mjolnir on his base. Coming to the end of the display here with this huge classic Gladiator Hulk. Love the shield on him. Coming up to the only other 1/3 scale piece on this side of the room, the Cyborg Superman from Prime 1 Studios. Very imposing, impressive piece to say the least. Directly below that, we have a grouping of 3/4 scale pieces, namely Darkseid, Lobo, and Lobo's best friend Dog. Great sculpt on this one. Glancing over, we can see the Justice League area of the display. Starting off with one of my all-time favorite pieces, the Doomsday quarter scale maquette. I absolutely adore this piece and think it is one of the best sideshows ever produced. Here, I have him displayed with a very low edition custom portrait that was made. Next to him, we have the original power couple, Superman and Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman is a classic piece, but still holds up well. Superman looks great. Rounding out the Trinity, we have the Batman New 52, a Sideshow and Prime 1 collaboration. The dynamic pose really makes it for this piece. Of course, you can't have Batman without Alfred, and here we have the Prime 1 Alfred Pennyworth. Fantastic piece. Highly doubt they will ever make another Alfred statue. Followed up by a custom quarter scale Hawkman. Huge piece, wingspan of over 4 feet. Very impressive. Moving on, we have the quarter scale Flash by Daniel Bell. The anatomy on this piece is superb to say the least. Not to be outdone by the Tweeterhead 1/6 scale Joker on Throne. And finishing off the display with Green Lantern by Sideshow Collectibles. Coming around to the next display, we start off with a larger quarter scale Magneto hovering in air. Great cape on him, huge billowing cape. Next to him, we have one of several custom Icebreaker design pieces I have scattered throughout the collection. This one is Mr. Sinister. Very large base, loads of swap outs. Just below that, we have some smaller scale 1/10 pieces. I have the Juggernaut, which I wish they made in a quarter scale, the exact version of, as well as Iron Man. Coming around to the X-Men display after giving a quick shot of that 4x8 vinyl print. Had that made up at Vista Print. Just have all the X-Men displayed here. A couple more of them landing this year, so this will be updated shortly. Starting off, we have Deadpool Heat Seeker Edition. Great rendition of Deadpool here. Very comical, dynamic pose. Beside him, we have Cable, of course. Huge edition, very large piece with his massive guns. And of course, the display wouldn't be complete without a little homage to Stan Lee, Beast Kingdom here. Following up with the big boy Colossus himself right beside. And obviously Nightcrawler as well, quarter scale from Sideshow Collectibles. Coming back around to the lower portion of the shelf, we have a phenomenal piece here with Gambit. Quarter scale Sideshow Collectibles again. And directly beside him, we have his immediate counterpart, Rogue. Finishing off the display with XM Studios quarter scale Wolverine, as well as a X-Men comic book of him in Omega Red. As we progress, we come to another custom piece from Icebreaker Designs. This is the Dark Silver Surfer quarter scale. Full light up base, complete solid resin base, very heavy. Here we have a custom Shocker quarter scale with an obnoxiously large base, completely unnecessary, oversized, definitely in need of a new paint. Finishing off the display, we have a little Infinity Gauntlet homage here with all the Dead Avengers portraits. These are all quarter scales. They are actually quite accurate in size and larger than the originals. Just finishing off this section of the rooms now, we'll pan out, get a quick zoom out so you can see everything in place. Just how it's all positioned. Try to keep it as organized as possible.
Collection looks beautiful. 1/3, quarter, DC, Marvel. You have a beautiful mix, and everything looks so well lit and displayed and curated beautifully. Thank you for stopping by the Everyday Display and sharing that awesome collection with us. Now, guys, if you want to check out more of Stevie's content and his collection, go check out his YouTube channel, Comic Statues Unleashed. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Stay tuned next week for another awesome collector and their collection. And if you'd like to be that collector that shares their collection on the Everyday Display, reach out to me at theeverydaycollector@gmail.com or on Facebook, and we can get that set up. Let's celebrate your collections. That's what this is all about. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Always remember to be safe, enjoy the good weather, and always remember to collect responsibly. All the best. You're watching the Everyday Display. Till next time.